Hello, beautiful strangers, and welcome back to another episode of Myth. When last we left off, we made our way to the world of shadows for the first time in this loop. And, as far as Meito Tanabe knows, the first time ever. And, yeah, we are gonna have a conversation with Shimon. As I try to fix my chair. My pillow is scooted down my back. Very uncomfortably, might I add. Alright, that should be fine. Let's get back into it, shall we? This way. The scenery around her house was strange. It's huge. Really? There's nothing here. I guess you're right. Her house was surrounded by mountains. And downhill was a smaller house. What's with that house down there? Oh, that? Katome-san lives there. Katome, is she a shadow? She nodded, I guess even though shadows had names of their own. She's pretty. How can you even tell if she's a shadow? Seriously, she's likely just a black silhouette. Okay, let's go inside. Yep. I followed behind her as we passed to the front gate. It's pretty normal. I mean, the inside was fairly vintage in design, but it was completely normal nonetheless. The wooden build and tatami mats made for a nice contrast, and there was a garden pond visible from the living room. It was very scenic. Although it was true that I had only known of buildings like this because of my school textbooks. I never thought I'd see the real thing someday. I brought my face towards the floor and inhaled. The tatami mat had a particularly pleasant grassy scent to it. That's kind of weird, dude. What are you doing? Nothing. I've never seen this before, if you go to someone's house and they have a type of floor that you've never seen before, if you've never seen shag carpet, or you've never seen a tatami mat before, for example, I guess they went from this, or you've never seen a hardwood floor, for example, like a real hardwood floor, not that laminate shit, and your first inclination is to just press your fucking sniffer right up to it and just away, and there's something wrong with you. Oh, you don't have these in your world? Anyway, please feel free to sniff it all you like. That would just be weird. Not much weirder than just... Never mind. I stopped, since it'd be weird if I just kept sucking in the scent of the mat, and now you're just making it weirder by saying that you're sucking in the scent. Just gonna move along. Shimon stood up too. Anyway, have a seat. She disappeared into the back after that, leaving me alone in the living room. Hold on, I need to turn my volume down just a little bit. The music is a little loud. Sorry for the wait. Shimon appeared holding a tray. Have some tea. There was rice cookies and tea on the tray. Go ahead, have some. Don't want it? I'm scared. Huh? Why? I was beginning to trust this village's culture, but I was still a bit reluctant to eat their food. I guess I should hold back for now, just in case. Anyway, I changed the subject. There's something I want to ask you. Okay, go for it. I looked at her again. I should just say what I wanted to ask and get it over with. So, about that shadow, why do you have one? And we're gonna play after I finish recording, okay? This? I was born with it. Are there any other people Are there any other people who have both a shadow and a body? Nope. She sipped on her tea. Really? Oui. Take it easy. I made to stand up when... Leave it to me. Shimon suddenly grabbed my leg. I want to know about that voice I heard. Also, I was interested in you. But by that, I meant that I wanted her help. I wanted help from someone who wasn't her, though. There's no point in me hanging around if you don't know anyone else who has both a body and a shadow. Wait, I'm capable, you know? I do know that you're lying. Searching around for that voice with her serving as a guide wouldn't get me anywhere. So cruel. I'm gonna sue. I'll be waiting for you with ink and pen. See ya. I headed for the entrance as she lamented. Then I remembered something. Oh, right. Please wait. If you want, I'll... You'll what? Nah, never mind. I wanted to ask her about that. I guess I should do so before I leave. I was surprised when you first told me your name. Here, look at this. I took out my notebook from my backpack. The list of strange names. Maybe she'd know something about it. What about it? Not that. This. I turned the page and pointed at the part where Shimon was written. It's probably a coincidence. Did you look at all of this? No, just a cursory glance. She placed the notebook on the table as she rested her elbow on it. Anything come to mind? It seemed like she'd realized something. No. Wait, yes! I know all about it, so please stay here a bit. Bye now. Her being so predictable made things easy for me. I reached out for the notebook and she grabbed my wrist. At least have some tea. I said I don't want any. It's amazing. You're persistent. Fine, I give in. She placed the teacup back on the tray. She let out painfully fake sobs. I did feel a little bad, but whatever. I took the notebook and... Yeah. You. Anger. The table shook. Sending tea flying all over the place. Hey, pretty girl. We'll play after I finish recording. I promise. I promise. What are you doing? My mistake. It's still readable, right? Actually, okay. It doesn't change until the end of the day, I don't think. So, my mistake. It's spread all across the table. Yeah. And my notebook was sopping wet. I picked it up and wiped away the tea. The letters all blotted together, making it difficult to make out what was written. Even the pages were stuck together. I could barely flip through them. How sweet is your tea if it's making pages stick together? Or how shitty is the paper? Because I've spilled water on notebooks before. And I've not had that happen. I've also, I've made parchment, quote unquote, like parchment looking, old style looking paper by taking printer paper, writing shit on it or printing stuff on it, soaking it in black tea, like super concentrated black tea, taking it out, letting it dry. It makes a parchment looking paper. All the writing is still there. The pages aren't sticky either. Oh well, whatever. I'm just thinking too much of this. The letters all blotted out the other. Yeah. I read that. I'm sorry. Shimon didn't seem to know what to do. Damn it. What was written in it? I'm not sure. Maybe it was something like a novel you penned. Can I... Okay, it doesn't change. Okay, it's just too smudged to read. Too smudged to read. Oh. You... Fuck. And then those people were characters in it? I don't remember writing anything like that. Maybe you were spacing out while you did. Well, that might have been possible. I did tend to space out after class ended. Maybe I did write something out of boredom one day. Mato-san, your clothes are all wet. Oh, you're right. That's why it was so cold. Allow me to take responsibility and wash them. No, it'll dry soon enough. No, I'm not gonna try to sneeze loudly into my microphone. Was that a sneeze? No way. It was just something in my nose. A chew. Sniffle. I felt a chill. Do you have a cold? Sorry about that. Kitten was getting into something she shouldn't have been. My head was beginning to hurt. This must have been some kind of curse, and she must have been responsible for it. Alright, I get it. I'll stay. A broad smile formed on her face. Yay! She must have been scheming something. But seeing her smile like that made me feel better, oddly enough. Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to ask you. Hit me. Have you ever suddenly heard someone's voice around here? A voice? I heard someone's voice when I was talking with you in front of the gate. It definitely wasn't your voice either. What did it say? Being of light, step to the door, or something like that? Being of light. She crossed her arms and began to think. I can't understand why I would just suddenly hear someone say that, but for some reason, I feel like I should search for whoever that voice belonged to. It was nostalgic and somehow sorrowful as it called for me. Is it okay if I help too? I know all about this world, so I think I could be of help. Or so I think I'd be of some help. Nah, bit my tongue. I suck. Well, the more people helping, the better. Considering what Shimon said earlier, it's unlikely that there are other people like her who live in this world. I thought it'd be better than searching on my own, though, I guess. Can I ask for your help, then? Of course. You're my number 2 candidate for friendship, after all. I don't recall becoming your friend. So mean. That was how I laid my claim to my new, though unreliable, comrade of sorts. How is it? Shimon showed me to my room after I walked around the house for a bit. It was getting late. Are you sure? Isn't this room a little too nice for me? I felt like I wouldn't really be able to calm my nerves sleeping in such a big room by myself. It's totally fine. I've got plenty of rooms as it is. Too many rooms. She said that like it was nothing. I didn't think she was lying. Her house was big enough that just looking around the whole place took practically the entire day. It was far too big for her to live here on her own. Don't you get lonely sometimes living in a place like this all by yourself? Not at all. I've got everyone else around here with me. She flashed me a smile after that. I see. She really did love her friends. What is it? Nothing. What are you doing? Whatever. I decided to hold back from saying anything else. Just be awkward if I actually said that to her. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to my room. She said I could use this room as I pleased as she left. Is there something she needs to do? She seemed to be in a hurry. Meh. Ew. I sat down on the tatami mat and looked around. The moonlight leaked through the window, shiny against the wall scrolls. You could say it was a pretty sight. After I gazed at that for a few moments, I began to think about what I wanted to do from here on out. What would happen tomorrow? Who did that voice belong to? And did Shimon know something I didn't? Why did I link Shimon with whoever that voice belongs to? Whoever it was sounded quite a bit younger than her. I couldn't figure it out, naturally. There was no point in rushing, though. The mysteries would be solved once I knew who that voice belonged to. Huh? Why didn't I bother to ask Shimon about that? Was it that kind of important? Oh well. other world. I realized I was in the grassland. They looked very much like those I was familiar with. Well, it was a little different. It was dark here, and something about it was a color that tires your eyes. Beyond that dark place was filled with a color I had never seen before. It was this color I was familiar. The colors I was familiar with were black and white. What is that world? I wasn't sure. I was curious. No one answered my question. I was sad. I'm lonely. I walked forward, though, trying to follow that color beyond the darkness. I couldn't catch it, though. I really wanted to, but I couldn't make it. My head began to feel dizzy. But a tree. I know what that is. They're in my world, too. It looked like the place where I killed the shadows. When was that? I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. There was a person behind the tree. It wasn't a shadow. I couldn't make them out very well. Pretty girl. Excuse me, do you know Hibiki Shindo? What a weird person. They won't talk to me. Come on, say something. What a weird person. I was irritated before, but now I was really irritated. Hey. I couldn't see their face. They didn't answer me. I peered into that person's face, then pulled my head back. You're weird. I'm leaving. I went to follow that color again. Was that person? No, they couldn't be. I reached a strange place after pursuing that color for a bit. It looked just like my world. There were shadows there. So many shadows. It wouldn't be right to kill them. I looked at the piece of paper the girl gave me. First is Hibiki Shindo. Second is Meito Tanabe. And finally, Loki-san. Not gonna yell. Loki? That's not right. Why would it say Loki? That's not right. No, it must be someone else. I know Loki-san. He lived in my world. Hi. Yes, I'll play with you after I finish recording. I'm almost done. Almost done, I promise. Well, he used to. Now he's inside of me. Maybe that wasn't Loki-san. Maybe it was someone with the same name. Yeah, that must be it. I chased the color again. There were two things I realized. This place is exactly the same. The colors are a little different, but it's no different from my world. The other thing I noticed was shadows. There were tons of shadows, but they were frozen solid. None of them moved. They didn't move at all. They just stood there in the same position. It was odd. Can you not move? It was funny. Their bodies couldn't move, but their eyes could. How come you can move? Was this the beginning of Home Improvement? I'm not going to try to do that. That startled me. I wasn't expecting it to talk. Who are you? I kept my cool as I asked him that. A resident of Myth. I'm from Asgard. Asgard, you say? I never spoke like this to a shadow before. I've always only killed them, so this was all new to me. The shadow was mad. I don't know why, though. Why are you mad? You can tell that I'm mad. Yeah. You can... His voice had a sad tone to it. I didn't get it. So I still have one. Have what? That shadow was strange. I thought shadows only shouted and wailed, but this one was just like me. It cried and it got mad and... Why did you come here? To kill shadows? The shadow's eyes went wide. I didn't get it. What's wrong? Who are you working for? Huh? Working for? Who told you to come here? Odin? The shadow startled me, so I stuttered. It was a little embarrassing. Odin. Do you know her? Probably. Probably? Must be that person. She isn't that person. The shadow glared at me. That's not what we were told. Nothing would be left if we were killed. He was probably talking to Odin. I want to kill Hibiki Shindo. The shadow's eyes went wide again. Hibiki? The shadow suddenly moved. I get it. I get it now. He said that as he moved. Whoa, you can move? I can, but only a little bit. The scene probably won't change just yet. He said that to himself. I had no idea what he meant. Follow me. All the people in the market suddenly had eyes. It was odd, but it didn't make me want to vomit, because they were different from the shadows in my world. Where are we going? You want to know where Hibiki is, right? I'm going to take you to meet someone who's close with her. Really? Thank you. I gave the shadow my thanks as we went up the dark hill. Myth Day 2, Encounter 2. And I think this is where I'm going to end off this episode. So, next time, Berserker might be, depending on how long it is, Berserker might be meeting Hibiki's mom, and, well, we also got a little bit of interesting information about the shadow, so that's cool. But next time, we start Day 2, and, well, we can compare and contrast, if you happen to remember what happened on Day 2 in the original run-through, about the events. So, well, I hope to see you all there.